Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519. I am back with another ROM overview. Oh, no, I'm not. That was a joke. Listen, guys, I've got a lot of requests for a video on Multirom, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over Multirom, why we use it, what it's for, what it does, so on and so forth. Now, you're going to have to excuse the video quality again, guys. I don't have professional equipment. I'm actually doing this with a I think it's a Handycam, if I'm not mistaken. My son owned this, purchased it a while ago, and that's what we're using. So, and my setup's kind of wonky, but hey, this is what I have. Why would we use Multirom? For those of you that like to flash ROMs and flash a lot of ROMs, if you do a lot of testing of ROMs, if you do a lot of testing of kernels, so on and so forth, what this allows is for you to have more than one operating system on your phone at one time. So that means that if you want to boot into, or if you want to try out a different ROM, all you have to do is flash it through Multirom as a secondary ROM, and then just boot into it. So that means if we're running, right now I am running Screwed. If I wanted to, I could just touch one of these, like Resurrection Remix, and it's asking me, you want to boot into that? If I say boot, it'll just act like it's rebooting the phone, and when it boots back up, it'll boot into Resurrection Remix, because that is one of the ROMs that I have loaded on this device. Now, we're actually going to get rid of one because I want a little more room. I have plenty of room, but I want to show you guys how to swap ROMs and everything else. So this is going to be a very, very long video, guys. So if you don't like long videos, I suggest you move on because this is going to take some time to do. I just hope I have enough battery in my phone to finish this. Boy, I don't want to get rid of any of them, but we're going to go ahead and get rid of Vanilla Unicorn. Actually, we're going to get rid of Resurrection Remix. I think that's the largest. So I'm erasing it right now, which was a very easy thing to do. This is something you can do with the Multirom Manager. First thing we're going to go over, how do you install Multirom? You go to the Play Store, you download Multirom Manager, which is this app right here. I'll show you. Let's go to my apps. Oh, right here. See it? That's it right there. So if you go to the Play Store, whoops, dang it. Like I said, guys, I'm not used to doing this. So if we go to the Play Store and we do a search for let's see, Multirom. Right there it is. That is the app that you want to download right there. Once you download it, what you're going to do is you're going to hit, and what you download, you're going to open it up, and it's going to ask for root permission. Grant root permission, and install. It's that simple. You need to have a Kexic hard boot patched kernel running on the ROM that you're running right now on the primary. What that means is the kernel that's running on the on your device right now, if you're not running Multirom at this time, but you want to have the hard boot patch on that kernel. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and boot into Multirom, and I'm going to install a ROM for you and show you how to do this. Okay, so we're going to go up here to this top corner. I could just use the reboot menu in the phone if I wanted, but we're just going to click reboot and recovery. Now, Multirom uses twerp recovery. It's just a modified twerp recovery. The only thing really that it modified was the, well, it modified a lot of it, but the only thing different that you're going to notice is the inclusion of Multirom. As you guys can see, it looks just like your standard twerp recovery with the inclusion of this one tab here called Multirom. Now, if you wanted to install if you wanted to install to your primary spot and not a secondary spot, then you want to just click install and do all your installs just like normal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a secondary because that's what people normally want to do. It's to install it on your primary. It's very, very easy. Basically, to go on your primary, you just do all your wipes first. Okay, do all your normal wipes, which I'm not going to because I don't want to screw with the ROM I have running. Do all of your wipes. Once you're done, you want to go back to install. Now this is just for primary, not secondary. Find the ROM that you want to install. I have mine under download. It's actually, we're going to install Screwed. It's the updated version. And then what you would do is you would select it. Come on. There we go. Now, one thing that is important on your primary ROM only, not your secondaries, but you want to make sure that you click on Inject Multirom after installation. If you don't, when you reboot your system up, you're not going to have Multirom installed. You're going to have to go back through and you're going to have to reinstall Multirom. So you only have to do this when you're installing in the primary spot. Okay, that's it. If you're installing in secondary spot, you don't have to have that ticked. So, and then, now if you were installing this in the primary spot, now all you would do is swipe to install, and then after you're done, do your GApps, do your kernel if you want. Make sure that kernel is hard boot, has a Kexic hard boot patch in it, or Multirom compatible, and then you're good to go. Boot up. You know, if you want to flash SuperSU, make sure you do that. But anyways, now what we're going to do is we are going to go into Multirom because we're going to do a secondary. Okay. Now, in order to flash a secondary ROM, all you have to do is hit the button that says Add ROM. Okay. Well, actually, we're going to get rid of another one. I want a little more room because we're going to swap. So I'm going to show you how to get rid of a ROM from this position. We're going to get rid of Vanilla Unicorn, so I just clicked on it. Now you can do a lot of things with it. You can rename it, you can back it up, you can wipe Delvic and cache, you can flash a zip to it if you want to have any mod zips or you want to update it. This is where you would do that at. You can wipe all the data on it if you want to start from new, or you can delete it. And of course these are all your other options as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to delete this ROM, swipe to confirm, and it's getting rid of it. It's already gone. Gone. Okay, so if I go back, it's now not in the system. So now I have 4 ROMs on my system. I have my internal, then I have AOSIP as a secondary, Dirty Unicorns as a secondary, and Pure Nexus as a secondary. I want to add another ROM to my system. So you go to Add ROM. You want to make sure it has Android up on the top. Because there really is no other builds out. They used to have Firefox and Ubuntu, I think, for the Nexus 5. There's nothing for the Nexus 6. So all you're really capable of doing with Multirom right now is adding more Android ROMs. So that's it. So just make sure it has Multirom and your location internal storage. You're going to hit Next. You want to go with your zip file, unless you're going to sideload it from your computer or from a backup that you previously made, which you can do. If you have backups of another ROM that you backed up, you can actually add that as a secondary. Just click on backup, choose the backup you want, swipe to install, and Bob's your uncle. You're good to go. But we're going to go with a zip file, and it is going to be Screwed Milestone. So we're going to select it. It's asking me, do I want to install this zip? I'm going to swipe to confirm, and it's going to install. Now, I'm not going to edit this video at all. I'm not going to cut anything out or do anything like that. So guys, you're going to have to bear with me. I want this to go full term so you can see everything that's going on. So it is going to be a long video. You're going to have to excuse me. I'm getting a drink of my Rockstar Punched. If it takes a while to install, don't fret it none. There are some ROMs that take a long time to install. There are some ROMs that just you think something went wrong because it installed so fast. This is going to be one of those that is probably going to take a little while to load or to install. But now remember, this is going to be your first step. This is going to be your first step, and that is installing this ROM. Again, guys, I apologize for the video quality. This is the only way I have right now of creating a video like this. I wish I did have a DLSR. That'd be nice. I don't have the money for that. I'm not getting into the professional video making business. I do this as a hobby because I enjoy doing it. I like to share stuff with people of common knowledge. You know, you guys are interested in what I'm interested in. I like to just share stuff. So I'm not going to try to. This is my blue, in case you guys haven't seen that. I just got that, and I gave it to my grandson. I gave it to him to try for me to basically beat the crap out of for a day, because I want to see how it would hold up, and it actually held up very well. Battery life was really good on it. Let me turn this back on so you have something to watch. There we go. Battery life was very good on it, and he did nothing but watch YouTube videos and play games on it. So, I mean, the battery was good between 4.5 and 6 hours, which was pretty outstanding, especially when the brightness was up almost full on it. So it did very good. And of course, I got his Moto E, which is right behind here. So I will be unlocking the bootloader this. I will be unlocking the bootloader to the Moto E and flashing torque to that and running some custom ROMs on that. See, like I said, guys, sometimes it takes a while to flash, especially to the secondary. There it goes. We're getting ready to finish now. It's probably going to throw Super Sue. This is an outstanding ROM. I flashed this a long time ago, and I just was reintroduced to it here not too long ago. They just opened up an XDA thread, and you guys really need to check it out. They're keeping it updated, and it's an outstanding ROM. Okay, so it's done. So now we want to go back and keep going back until you see the list. As you notice, now Screwed is added to that as a secondary, and it says milestone. So what I want to do now is we're going to click on that because I want to add some more files. I want to add my GApps and stuff like that. First, I'm going to wipe cache. Swipe to confirm. Now go back. I'm going to wipe Dalvik. Swipe to confirm. I'm going to go back. Now I want to flash a zip. I actually have that zip in my download file. Whoops, up a level. I'm not used to doing it like this, guys. Okay, it's in my downloads file, and I'm actually gonna use the Dirty Unicorns TBO gaps clear. The latest was 327, and they still work pretty well. So I'm going to swipe to install. And after the GApps, you would do the same thing. Swipe, wipe your cache in your Dalvik, and then that is where you would normally install your kernel. Your kernel would be next. I'm not going to install kernel on this because it comes with Hell's Core right in it. It's multi-ROM compatible, and that means it's got the Kexic hard boot patch built right into the kernel, and it's just ready to go. So there's no reason for me to flash a custom kernel on this. Plus, it's a secondary, and as long as it's not encrypting, which it isn't, there's no reason for me to, flash another kernel, except for that, I like to have that quick battery charge. So that's pretty much it. That's all I want to flash to it because it does have Super Sue. If I scroll up here, you will see where it says flashing Super Sue. OTA, right there. See where it says flashing Super Sue installer? So Super Sue is installed on that. I do not need to install that. So we're good. That's all you got to do. So all we got to do now is hit reboot system. And now it's going to boot into its initial boot mode. And this is where you're going to pick what ROM you want to start. So first thing you want to do is hit cancel. Now that's going to give you your options to boot. Where do you want to boot? Do you want to boot into your internal ROM? Do you want to boot to either of these? Well, I just put this one on, so I want to boot to this one. So you tap it 2 times. And now it's going to boot. Sometimes I've noticed that the ROM will start to load, and then it'll go back into the boot screen and do it again. And you have to actually click on it again for it to actually boot up for you. So if that happens, just, you know, hit cancel and tap on the ROM that you just loaded twice. You know, again, just tap on it twice. Try it again. If it keeps doing it, you're probably want to go back. You're probably gonna want to go back into your Multirom and reflash it, wipe cache Delvic. Maybe do a you know, wipe the data on it. Sometimes that helps. Try it again. If it doesn't work again, you're probably gonna have to reflash the whole thing. Just go in and delete it, like I showed you in the video, and reboot or reflash it, just like I showed you. So as you can see, guys, it is not that hard. It was kind of scary to me when I first did it. I held off on Multirom for the longest time because I was just scared to death that I was going to screw my phone up. But as long as you follow simple, you know, simple directions, and that is to make sure that the kernel on your primary ROM is hard boot patched. It's got to have that Kexic hard boot. If it has that patch, you're good to go. It's that simple. And when you install it with the app that you get from the Play Store, it will actually it'll say that it either has detected or didn't detect the kernel, and then it'll ask you, would you like to download a kernel? And it'll give you options to download a kernel from them to throw on your primary, so it'll all work. So it's very simple. Just remember, whenever you do this, you always want to back up first. Okay, make a backup. Always make a backup. I love this. Now it is now optimizing all of my apps. Now you notice on normal Android, it's got that little spinning circle and that white rectangular box that says optimizing one blah blah blah. Is this cool or what? I mean, this has got to be one of the coolest ROMs I've ever flashed. It's actually my #1 favorite right now. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you flash on top of this, the Fluence, the HD patch, it really, really pops. The colors pop. It just looks nice. Looks nice, sounds nice. Now, I don't play music. You guys know that. I've told you before. But from listening to videos and stuff, it really sounds nice. It is 64% of 104. I'm just going to let this boot just to show you guys, and then I am going to end this video. I can't think of anything else. Just remember, guys, download the app from the Play Store. You have to be rooted. You have to have well, first off, you have to have your bootloader unlocked. You have to have twerp recovery installed, you know, and rooted. And that's about it, you know. Download the mod or the app from the Play Store, install it. Make sure that your kernel is Kexic hard boot patched first off. You know, normally what I would do is download the kernel first, flash the kernel, set my ROM up, you know, my primary the way I want it, then download the app, install it. There are other ways of installing it too. This is the easiest way. Just use the app. That is the easiest way. Well, guys, there you have it. I'm going to actually go... I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to 4 corners and skip the setup if it'll let me. Come on. There. I just skipped the setup. If you just tap all 4 corners, it will skip the setup and you go straight into the ROM. And there it is. Let me straighten that out a little bit. Screwed. There you have it. Well, guys, I hope you liked the video. That was pretty much how to, you know, to flash a custom, or how to use Multirom. Now, the first thing I want to do here real quick, I'm going to set up my Wi-Fi, and I just want to put a, I want to show you guys how to get your new ROM set up. So give me a second. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I have Multirom saved on my drive somewhere. Let me check here. Internal storage. Let me go to extracted. Nope. Mine. Very important. Usually I have what I need on here. Here, Multirom Manager. So I will install it this way. By the way, guys, that's another outstanding app to get. That's called App Extractor. You can extract your important apps, keep them on your SD card. That way, if you get in a pinch and you don't have Wi-Fi or any network, you can load your apps without it. So, while I'm at it, let me go with install ES File Explorer real quick, and then I'm done. I'll show you guys here real quick. And then I got to end this video. Done. Back. I want to pull Multirom, put it on my screen. And ES File Explorer, put it on my screen. Alright. So now we're going to go into Multirom. It's going to ask for root permission. This is just like you downloaded it from the Play Store and just opened it for the first time. Now what it's doing is running a check to see if I have Kexec Hard Boot on my primary. And it found it. And it's ready to go. And you click on this little hamburger here, your settings, to see what you have loaded and what you don't. That's it, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a long one. This was a request video. So if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. Be easy on me in the comments, please. Like I said, I do not have professional equipment. This is all I have. I want to thank all my subscribers, and I will see you on the next one.